Okay. You want to introduce me? Or?
Okay, we're going to start off our presentation. Okay, sorry about that. So the Chief of Training and Organizational Development Unit, Louis Lewis, wants to welcome you guys, and we're just going to start off now.
So, well, thank you, Sona, for the introduction. Yes, I wanted to welcome everybody who's on the call. The majority of you are from the technical support community, and we, I believe, have a few people from ORCID who are super users or who are members of the core ORCID team. Being part of the technical support community means that you have a direct connection to the subject matter experts in this office that are here to help you facilitate mandatory training compliance at your facilities. So we wanted to, we staged this webinar for you today because the LearningNet is being upgraded. And that upgrade will become effective on June 30th. Which is just at the end of this month, just a few weeks from now. And so because the members of our team have been sitting on the various work groups that have been helping to prepare for the upgrade, we wanted to start sharing with you information that we have so that when the go live occurs on June 30th, you're not completely surprised by this. So the information, Sona is going to give you a tour of the new site. The tour is not a final orientation. It is just a look-see. It is the information that we have access to so far. And at the end of this, Sona's presentation, she will send a link to you, and you'll be able to explore this, what is referred to as the sandbox, on your own. But the key, before I turn it over to Sona, the key things I'd like for you to remember is that on June 30th, you will go to the LearningNet and it's going to look completely different. And it's never going to go back to looking the way it did before. So, so that's important to know. On the 24th, which is a Friday, the LearningNet will be dead to everybody. You will not be able to log in. Nobody in the county will be able to use it. And it will not come alive again until June 30, the go live date. So from a practical perspective, as training coordinators, you will want to attempt to get as many people as you can to complete their mandatory training requirements prior to Friday the 24th, just for convenience sake, because let's face it, all of us are going to be getting phone calls on June 30th. We can reduce the number of those phone calls if we have a minimal number of people who are actually trying to train. So yes, let's use this as a little bit of leverage to try to get people to take their classes before the system changes. So that's just a word to the wise. But again, today we're sharing with you the sandbox that's been shared with us by the system administrators from County DHR. And we're going to show you what we have access to so far. And in the coming weeks, you'll have instructional videos and job aids that will be sent to you. So again, we feel here in the training department that it is our responsibility to make sure that everybody in the technical support community is as informed as you can possibly be, because we are the ones that are responsible for being the explaining to the rest of the workforce how this new system is going to operate. So we'll get through this. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it back to Sona.
Okay. So for the people that just joined, I just wanted to go over the webinar options that we have here before we start. You're all muted. If you have questions, there's several ways you can do it. If you have a microphone, you can unmute yourself by clicking the microphone button over here. Or what you can do somewhere over here, your screen is a little different than mine. you should see questions. So you can type in your questions. We should be able to see them here and answer those questions as we go. With no further ado, I'm introducing to you the new LearningNet. So let me just close this real quick. This is going to be the login page. Before getting into it, I want to mention one important fact. Considering the fact that this is the sandbox, not all the information that you see there when you log in after the training is going to be current, meaning if you're entering your enrollment, might not be up to date to what your actual LearningNet looks like. Same is true with the graphics of the software, because this is just the sandbox. It's not customized to the LA County just yet. So the pictures might be different, but the system itself is going to be exactly the same, and the functionalities are going to be the same. So this is going to be the login page. Picture might be different, but the overall itself is going to be like this. What I wanted to say about login, nothing changed about the accessibility. So the employees and the contractors will be able to access the LearningNet the same way as they did before. The process hasn't changed. So with no further ado, presenting to you SABA 7.3. It looks a lot different. So primarily what we're going to talk about today is we're going to give you the brief overview. Some of the basic functions that have changed, some of the major things that have changed. But as I said, we don't have all the information just yet because we're getting educated. The DHR is still configuring some stuff. Not everything is still available on the sandbox. So for example, the proxy for full administrators, we're not going to be discussing that today because some of the functionalities that the proxy has, even though it's going to be available on the actual site, it's not available on the sandbox just yet. So we're going to talk about how to search the course, because certain things changed about the searching, how to access the enrollments and transcripts, how to register, how to drop the class, how overall the system looks, and we're going to talk a little bit about the administrative duties, which is the people administration. So we're going to touch upon that a little bit also. And everything else, as we get closer to the go live, we'll be providing you with more information. We're going to be providing you with the job aids. We're working on instructional videos that are going to be available to you guys, and we're doing it specifically for you. The DHR is going to put 3 very basic instructional videos for all of the employees. And once they enter the site on June 30th, they should be able to see those videos somewhere right over here. It's going to tell them how to register, how to look for the class, and some of the basic functionalities of the LearningNet. What we're doing is going to be specific for you guys, the technical support community, and how we can help and educate you so you can educate the employees as they come to you with questions, because we know that's going to happen. So just starting off from the front page of the LearningNet, one thing that is great about the new LearningNet, you can customize your front page with whatever works for you. So if you want to enter and from your front page you want to have an access to your enrollments or your transcript, your completed trainings, you can do that, and you can do that by pressing the personalize button over here, and it's going to give you a menu of options that you can use to customize your front page. So on mine, currently I have announcements, current learning, and the getting started is going to be embedded the moment you log in, and it has some shortcuts for you also. But let's say I want to have my current enrollment, the classes that I need to take or I'm registered for or started, and the classes that I completed. So I'm going to click on the current learning and the compliance. So once you finish choosing everything that you want to be on your front page, you will save and close, and it will refresh and have all those options for you. So going down, the compliance here, it stands for the transcript. So it will show you all the classes that you have completed recently. Don't pay attention to the fact that it says in progress here. As I said, the sandbox is not completely accurate with whatever is happening in your learning net itself, the current live learning net. Current learnings, you can see what classes you register for. So if it's a web training, you can just launch it from here. You don't have to click through different pages and try to find your class to be able to start it or continue. Those are the things that I have here, but there's many more options here, and when we send you the sandbox link, you can play around and see what works for you, what are the other tools that are available to you. Do we have any questions so far before I continue and get into more detail with some of the functionalities?
So now I wanted to ask a question. So when you personalize, that's for the learner, not just for the organization, to personalize a page, let's say at all of you, personalizing it on their home page or front page.
No, this is for the learner.
Okay, yes. Thank you.
Okay, so if you have a question, just type it in or unmute and ask, and we'll be more than happy to answer it as we go with the training. Let me see if I have my hand. Okay, so so the first thing I'm going to discuss with you guys is the search method, because it has changed. So you have several options. One of the options is having the, well, for that you have to put it on your page also. I apologize. Catalog search, save and close, and it's going to appear on your main page in a way that it was in the old learning net. So you can type in a keyword, try to find the class, or you have advanced search that will take you to the more familiar screen, and you can do it through there. However, the new learning net has this great new way of searching for the courses, which makes things a little bit easier. And that is this search bar on the top of the screen, which is available on every single page you go to. So if you're on a different page and you want to look for something, look for the class, you don't have to go back to the main page, go to the catalog, search and look for the class. You can do it from any page. So you can start typing in. The way it's set up, it looks for the keywords, and it will give you the results specific to the words that you put into the search box. So as you start typing in, you will see it will start giving you options as you type in. So let's say we want to do the county policy of equity for supervisors. You're going to click on that. It's going to give you the first class. The problem with the search suggestions, it doesn't specify if it's the instructor-led. Well, this one is on, right? County policy of equity is only instructor, right? So it doesn't specify if it's the web training or if it's the instructor-led training. So, right. So when you're choosing from that menu, you don't know if you're choosing the instructor-led one or you're choosing the web-based one. So I would always recommend just to type in the whole thing. Yeah. Of equity. Oh, you don't even have to type in the whole training itself. A couple of keywords, it will give you the result, and then you can choose from the list of the trainings that are going to be given to you. The great new thing that's available with this search are the filters on the left-hand side. So you can filter it to, let's say we just want the web-based training. So you're going to choose, not all of this options are going to be available to the county because it's going to be more specialize with what we actually use. So let's say we want the web-based training. When you apply the filter, it's only going to give you that option. If you're looking for instructor-led class specific to your facility, you can specify a location, and it will give you the trainings that are only available in your location. So you don't have to scroll over the numerous trainings trying to find your facility. While we're here, the registration process, it's the same. You just find the class that you're looking for. Make sure if it's instructor-led, it's for the date that you want to sign up, register, and it should let you to register. The reason why I'm getting this page, and it's a great page to have, is the fact that before the employees could go back and register for the same class multiple times, they would start the training, halfway through the training had to close the training or didn't finish the training. The next day they would come in and re-register for the class, which would result in, if the class was had a cost associated with it, it would result in multiple charges for the same class. Now when the employees register for a certain class, either they completed it recently, so it's not due for them to do another one, or they have it in progress, it will this page will pop up notifying them that they already have the training either in progress or they recently completed it. Are they sure that they want to continue registering? Because it will give them an option to just click and go straight to the training, to the point where they left off the training, so they don't have to be confused and re-register for the class.
Can I supplement?
Sure.
Yes, Sona is correct. The big advantage here is that people close the course and then they re-register and then they have to start all over again. And that's a big problem, and they get very upset. Oh, I don't want to start all over again. It's taking too much time. This system will not allow you to register more than once. So right away, that should be fewer people who are frustrated because they can't return to the place where they left off. The system will take you back to the place where you left off in the training.
Which is also a great thing because they don't have to try to figure out where their training is, going back to their enrollment, backtracking, finding the training. They can just launch it from the error message itself. So that's the registration process. Once you finish the registration, it appears in your enrollment. One thing that has changed, and we've been discussing with the DHR to see if it's going to go back to how it used to, the terminology of some of the options have changed. So to go to your enrollment or transcripts, you'll have to go to the learning section over here. So once you click on it, it will automatically take you to your enrollment. In the current system, as of right now, the enrollments are renamed to current learning, and transcripts are named completed learning. Those are the two things that have changed terminology-wise, and depending if it doesn't change back to what it used to be, we will have to educate the workforce so they're not confused or lost trying to find their enrollments and their transcript, because that's what they're used to. So once you get to your learning, to your current learnings, you will see everything, every class that you're registered for. So for the web-based one, you can just launch it from there. If it's the instructor-led, it will give you the details on when the class is, what time, what location. If you need to drop the class from the action menu, from the drop-down menu, right now it's not there, but the employee should be able to see a drop option like before and just cancel the class from here. Do you have any questions so far?
This group is really quiet.
I know.
I wonder what they're thinking. No response. Okay.
guess we'll continue. Okay. So transcripts that are called completed learning as of right now, you can click on that. It will show you the classes that you have completed. You can choose the dates as before, to what time period you're looking for the transcript, and to print the certificate, just drop down menu, print certificate, and it should do the trick. Okay. Printing certificates. Okay, if there are no more questions, I'm going to talk a little bit about the administrative side without getting into too much detail. If you need to unmute yourself, just press the microphone. If you want to type it in, just go to the question section and type in the question or a comment. Okay. Great. So let's go to the front page. So everything that we've been doing so far have been done on the learner's end as the end user. And as you can see over here, you see this little man icon, and then there's a tool icon right next to it. So when you log into the LearningNet, it's automatically on this little figure icon, which identifies you as a learner and gives you the options to do whatever you need to do, register, search for the class as a learner. If you're a local learning registrar or a manager, and you need to access the profiles of your employees, if you need to register them, look at their enrollments, transcripts, print their certificates, all that is done in an admin setting. And to enter the admin setting, you just click on the little tool icon over here. It will automatically take you to the people administration section. So when before we used to have this little drop-down menu on the side, that has been taken away, and this is how you access it. Now, the new people administration, well, if you need to find your employee, let's just say me. You type in the employee number, or the first name and the last name. It's going to give you their name. If you hover over the actions sign, it's going to give you edit profile information, which you have in the current LearningNet also. The only difference is before, when you went into employee's profile, you would have an option to access their enrollments and transcripts from this little menu on the right-hand side. In the new system, or at least the way we know it now, currently, when you search for an employee in a people administration, all you're getting is their information. If you need to see who their manager is, or let's say if they have privileges, what kind of privileges they have, you will access it through here. But you can't access their enrollments, transcripts, none of that from just searching for the person. In order for you to do so, you will have to come to the Learning tab on the left-hand side and then choose. If you want to look for current enrollments, it automatically sets you up on that. Just advanced search, type in the employee number, and then choose view enrollments. And we'll show you all the things that you can do. All the trainings that your employee is registered for. So if you need to look for the transcripts or print their certificates, you will have to come into completed learning, advanced search, do the same action, and then it will take you to the completed courses. And then from here you can print a certificate if you need to. This takes an extra step because before we would have everything in one place and you can just click through different aspects of their profile. But unfortunately for this one, at least the way we know it now, you will have to do it individually every single time. Any questions? Oh, we have a question. Are the transcripts transferring over as in the old transcripts? Yes, the reason why, one of the reasons why the LearningNet is going to shut down a week prior to the go live is for all the information and all the profiles to be transferred to the new system. So starting June 30th, when the employees log into the new LearningNet, they should be able to access it, their profile the way it was right before the shutdown.
Let me supplement what Sona is saying, that after the go live date, our department will continue to provide you with compliance reports. However, we're not going to trust the database until we're certain that all of the bugs are out of it. So we're not going to send you any compliance reports during the month of July. That means that the compliance report that we come up with at the end of June will be the benchmark for the accuracy of the compliance reports that we produce beginning August 1st. So that's just an FYI. We are suggesting that after June 30th or June 30th and beyond, that at least for the month of July, whenever someone takes a course, they should print their certificate or keep an electronic copy, so that just in case the database is not up to speed after the go live, you will have a physical version of that proves that you have completed the course, and you may need to send that to our department to prove that you completed the course. So word to the wise, during the month of July, print or save an electronic copy of your certificate of completion.
We have another question. It says, is the LearningNet link going to remain the same, or is the link also going to change? It should stay the same, and it should be located in the same place as it is located currently.
Yes, it's definite. Nothing will change.
Any more questions?
What does that say?
Yes. Can you show me how to look for a class again? Okay, so from your main page or any other page, you can type in the keywords to the class. And then just press enter. It will give you all the results. Considering the fact that this looks by the keyword, or unless you have the ID number, the offering ID number, you can type the ID number and it will take you directly to that specific course or offering. If you are looking for something, let's say specific, you know exactly what your training is called, you know exactly, what you're looking for, you can use the quotation marks and type in, let's see, the name of the course. In that, oh, that's nice. Oh, I did too. Sorry. By doing so, it will give you the exact search result that you were looking for. So if you know the exact name of the course and you're typing in the keyword and you're not able to find it, you can also use this. Before, we used to use the percentage sign as a wildcard. If we wanted to use a specific word and just look by that word, that is not available anymore. So once you find the class, this is one way to do it, through the search window on the top of the screen, and then go through the filters and filter out the one that you're actually looking for, whether the method that is being delivered, web-based or instructor-led, or specific to your location. I think those are the two of the most that you're going to be looking for. If you're looking for something within the next 30 days, within the next 6 months, you can choose that filter also. Ooh.
They're awake now. The questions are coming in. I can't read them, but they...
If we delete the dates to look up a certificate, can we view all certificates? You mean searching for all employees at the same time by just specific date?
No, for one employee.
Oh, no, for one employee. Huh.
Talking about the start date.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I was trying to figure out that. Yes, if you, let's go here. If you're at your learnings and you're looking for specific, for this person, for all the trainings that they've taken, if you delete the beginning date and do it up to today, it's going to give you all the trainings that they've taken so far. So if I do this, and you can print the certificates for every single one of them that you need. Oh, I accidentally closed the... questions. Okay. With the original LearningNet, we would delete the dates and all the transfer would appear. Yes, the function is still there. Well, the certain functions of like how to register for the class, how to look for the, not besides the search bar on the top, the overall functionalities of the LearningNet haven't changed. It's just the way you get to them, what they're called, and shortcuts that were created to make the process simpler. Do I use the percentage sign? The percentage sign is not valid anymore. So you don't have a wildcard. You only have the quotation marks if you want to use look for something specific training, and that's the only result that you want to get. Otherwise, you can just type in the words and it will give you all the trainings that are associated with those keywords. How do I drop a course? Okay, so let's say in my current learnings, once you find the course, you'll have to come to your your current learnings, which is the enrollments. On the right-hand side over here where it says Actions, you have a drop-down menu. When you click on the drop-down menu, right now, currently on this sandbox, the menu is not available just yet. But it will give you an option that says Drop the course. You just click on that, confirm it, and it drops the course for you.
I'm just going to supplement. This is just a commercial for encouraging your team, your unit people, to drop those courses. In other words, a lot of times people don't drop a course, and especially for instructor-led classes, and it prevents other people from signing up for the course. So I know it's kind of hard for you to convey that information to learners, but every time you get an opportunity, please ask them to drop any course that they do not, any instructor-led course that they do not intend to participate in. Even if it's the same day, please drop the course.
One more question. Could you please show us how to register other employees? I would love to do that. However, as I said, some of the functionalities are still not available on the sandbox. So we are going to provide you with more information as we get closer, as we get more information, and as the sandbox develops to the point that we can show you some of those functionalities when it comes to registering other people, the proxy mode, all that stuff will be discussed and will be available through instructional videos or through the webinar before we go live.
Sona, would you take us back to the home page for just a second, and I'll supplement your answer? Right under the box under the word welcome, that's a video screen. And on June 30th, there will be videos in that, instructional videos in that area. And one of them will be an instructional video for how to register for a course. Those videos are being developed as we speak by County DHR. So although we don't have yet the specific instructions for how to register, again, as Sona is saying, the method won't be that much different than what you're doing now. It's a matter of where do you find the button to click on to begin the registration process. So you will get some tutorial in a video format on that on this screen, which is in fact your individual screen.
No, it's for registering other people, like a local learning registrar.
Oh, you mean for the local learner registrars? Oh, okay. So that's not going to be on the. But how
not
to
on the video.
Okay, the videos will be for
end users only.
How to register will be for the end user.
Right.
Okay. So my correction: videos will be for the end user on June 30th. But the training department is creating instructional videos just for local learner registrars. They will not be ready by June 30th, but they will be ready soon after that. So you'll be able to depend upon us to come up with some ways to show you how to get things done. And what we will provide you with will in many cases be determined by what you ask for.
Another question, if an employee logs out of the middle of the training, where exactly are they supposed to continue where they left off? Mm-hmm. So nothing has changed. What they will have to do is come to My Learning, Current Learnings, find a course that they stopped, whichever course they were taking, and it will give them relaunch button. So as they press that, it will take them where the training was last stopped. If they try to re-register for the same course, it will give them the warning page saying that they already have the current training in progress. To click here, and there's going to be a button there that will take them directly to the learning also. But that's only if they try to re-register for the same course. Other than that, they will need to come to their current learnings, which is the same as the enrollments. And if they have it set up on their home page, the moment they log in, they just can scroll down to their current learnings, see whichever is in progress, launch it, and it should take off from where they stopped. Any more questions? Comments?
I just was going to remind people that in order to do your CPR hands-only training, you have to put in the word hands as a keyword, not CPR.
Can you try it? Oh, it's not going to show. It's not going to come.
Let's see. Let's see if it works.
Because I thought CPR was in the title somewhere.
It is, but it's
at the end.
Going to show up.
You can't
access CPR, which is counterintuitive. Well, there it is. It's
hands only CPR.
But if you put, what if you did the quotation marks around CPR? There you go. It works.
On the new system, it does.
On the new system, yeah. Okay. So did you see that? In other words, the question was first of all, did you know that CPR training is now a mandatory training requirement? Yes, we have not, this department has not had a chance to formally inform you. CPR training is a 15-20 minute training that's on the LearningNet. It's mandatory. There is a companion training, and it is entitled, oh, well, as you're seeing on the screen here, the web-based, the training that's on the LearningNet is entitled Hands-Only CPR Training Prerequisite. That's the one that's mandatory. Prerequisite means that you have to take that 15-20-minute course in order to qualify for a second CPR training that where you actually get to put your hands on a dummy and press the air into their lungs. So you are really going to have a physical experience in the second training. That second training is not mandatory. You do not have to take it. But the only way you become eligible to take the second training is if you take the mandatory training, which is entitled Hands-Only CPR Training Prerequisite. And so what SONA has just shown us is that come June 30th, nobody's going to remember that the first word of the training is hands-on. So the best way to find it will be to type in quotation marks, CPR. Sona, did you try just searching for CPR to see
Not on
if
this one.
Well, let's see. It would be wonderful.
Yeah.
So it works. Okay. So you see the full, the full title is Hands-Only CPR Training Prerequisite. Oh boy, that's a mouthful. So just tell people to search for CPR and they will find the course.
Well, that's kind of what's great about this new search option. It's any keywords, it will try to, at least so far what we've noticed by just typing in for trainings, any keyword, it will give you some kind of results.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and again, I hate to be redundant, but let me, you see that the second training that's on the screen does not, the title just says Hands-Only CPR Training. When you read the course description, it says that it provides an overview and demonstration. That's how you know that that is the training where you're actually going to touch one of those rubber dummies. So look, you can look forward to that.
Any more questions, concerns, comments? Can we see? Oh, here we go. Can the homepage be customized to show all class needed and show the status? Needed classes, you want to take that? To give them notification. Okay, so we've been talking to DHR trying to see if the employee can be notified to the classes that they need to take, the mandatory trainings that are due and they need to register or are registered for. As of right now, we don't have a definitive yes or definitive no whether it's going to be a possibility or not. As of right now, what we know, what you can customize the main page is your current enrollment and the completed classes. So notification wise, we don't know if that is going to be if that's going to be possible for them to get the notification every time their mandatory trainings are due. So as of right now, the quick answer to your question is a no. Okay, well, if there are no more questions, we will be sending you guys the link to the sandbox. You can go in, play around, see what's what and what is where, get a little bit of practice, maybe redo the stuff that we talked about today, see how it works for you, if you can find something new that we haven't found. So
yeah, we don't know how long the sandbox will be available to us, so we're asking that you don't waste too much time playing around in the sand. And if we find out that this sandbox has been updated to include, more of the new features, then we will certainly send an updated link to you. Please, as Sona said, send us your questions, or keep sending in those questions. And if you have some suggestions, then send those in as well.
Before we log off, just as you go into the sandbox, just a real quick thing, if you scroll at the very end, there's this help button. So you can access it. Over here, it has some overall information about the SAVA help functions. Some of them might be useful to us, some of them might not. If you want to take a look to see if there's certain things, let's say my team you want to look at, or as a learner you want to look at certain certifications, content, catalog. It has different kind of helpful information that you can take a look. These are not official job aids that we're going to be providing you at a later date, but it's still useful information to scroll through to see if any of it you can apply to the sandbox or see if it's useful to you.
Yes. What we've been told is with this new system, the help button is much more vibrant than ever before. So in other words, there are more tutorials, more explanations, as Sona has just shown you, so that you can teach yourself. You can find questions, find answers to your questions by going to the help button, whereas before the help button was not helpful. So definitely we'll be asking you to refer to that as we try to educate you more.
Oh, sir? No. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you for participating. We really appreciate your attendance and your feedback and all your questions. It's a learning process for all of us, and we'll get through this. So we'll keep in touch, give you more information as the time passes. If you have any questions at any point of time, questions, concerns, suggestions, just email to either the training email, or you can email your training liaison to your specific facility. And thank you.